Hey guys, Pulsar 675. So I want to talk about the Pulsar RS200 long-term review for 10,000 kilometers. And tomorrow is Diwali, so wish you all Happy New Year and a very prosperous, fruitful, fire bursting cracker Diwali. And I wish all of you get a real big time sports bike pretty soon. So for now we'll be going to do the Pulsar. So I've written few things down. I've had it on the paper and the pen. It's a big review. I've written a lot. I have a lot of points to cover, and hopefully this thing should do justice and you guys should hear me properly. So I've had the Pulsar for about 3 years. The very first time I saw my bike or the bike in spy images, I knew Bajaj was for me. And ever since college days, school days, I've always wanted to own a Pulsar. I used to borrow my friend's Pulsar 220, fuel up 200 bucks of petrol, and I used to go around Pune city, riding around, meeting people, saying hello. I used to have more of the midnight runs. Then later another friend got the Pulsar NS200, and I was very much interested in getting the NS, but I had the Electra 350 with me, and it didn't make sense to have a bike without ABS, and Bajaj didn't have ABS during 2011-12. So when this thing launched off in 2015, I had the Chrome 500, and the the Chrome 500, I sold it off got myself the Pulsar RS200. I've done long distance tours in and around Maharashtra with the Enfield and Enfield clubs, obviously, like Bison's Ride Hard, Great White Riders. When I had the Enfield, the only thing I was happy about was luggage carrying capacity. My father had made me a extra long rear carrier that was custom made by him for my bike, and I could tour around Maharashtra, Gujarat, meet a lot of new riders, learn a lot of roads. And the only thing that I was happy was, as I said, luggage carrying capacity. So that is the one thing I miss of not having in my Pulsar RS200. But maybe soon I'm going to get like saddle strays, a rear top box, and I'm going to make the Pulsar a rocking machine. So for now, I have the Electra 350, which is a custom cafe racer, parked in my garage, which I'm not being using. And the cafe racer is from Bombay Custom Works. It costed me approximately around $1 lakh with everything. And you can check for the old videos for the custom 350cc cafe racer. The heavyweight, tight clutch, vibrations from the Chrome 500 made me sell her and opt for a plastic bike, which till date, after almost 10,000 kilometers, the Pulsar RS200 fits in well and is a friendly bike, usable for everyday touring and for commuting. A long time ago, when bike got launched, the first very accident cases that came up on Facebook and other bike related websites, my Pulsar was unfortunately the first to crash and break the handlebar into 4 pieces and completely destroy the rear and deflate the tire. I never knew my click images from the accident spot, which I innocently shared in groups on Facebook, would go viral and somebody would put a watermark on it and it would surface online even till now with broken handlebar Pulsar RS200. My friend had gone to Panvel on a ride and had been in a bad accident when coming back, and luckily nothing happened to him, God's grace. And the Panvel service center, which was the nearest, it took almost 3 months to get the bike back in shape and to complete all the procedures. I want to tell you guys one thing: never buy a new bike. The bike which is launched, the bike which is going to come, give it time, at least 6 months. I made the purchase in a hurry and I had to wait for 3 months for spares, insurance, this, that to come in. Never give your bike to your friend. What happened if he would have crashed, died? I would be behind bars. You would never see this video. And I'd given him a helmet which saved him, or he was dead. So after his accident and when the bike came back, I had to get rid of the ugly yellow color. My dad advised me to go for white. He later got me stickers from the BAJAJ showroom, and he opened up my bike and got it ready with white glossy paint. So that's how my bike I've managed till date. I want to talk about few more things which are more important than all this that I've said. Number 1, tires. Grip. The grip with the tires. Tires are the biggest and the most important practical thing that matters when you're riding, maybe slow, maybe fast, maybe in water, maybe in the sunlight, maybe in the desert. The tires which come stock on this bike are good enough for 10,000 kilometers. And you can corner on them and the rubber's good. Braking period is something that even matters. But when I got my bike for the first day, the second day I was back to Gujarat, already rode 300 kilometers, about 120, 130 kilometers per hour. So practically till this 3 years of my ownership review, I mean till this ownership review, I've never got the bike into braking, and I heard a lot on Facebook coming up saying, okay, you're gonna be fucked, dude. Didn't happen. Engine heat, fuel injection, and smoothness. So basically the fuel injector system is very smooth. So every ride on every gear is pretty fucking smooth. The heat is weighted off by the fairings. Luckily the Pulsar doesn't get that hot. I have toured 400 kilometers non-stop and I've not had problem. The custom paint I got, point number 3, the quality of the paint and the stickers. The Bajaj stickers have not been peeled off yet by heat, by water, by friends, by nobody. The paint that I got, the quality was good. Did not have any issues. Point number 4, vibrations from the plastic body and the fit quality of the plastic. The fairing vibrates a lot. You'll find a lot of videos surfacing online which tell you about how to remove vibrations from your Pulsar RS200. Clickbait. So yeah, it doesn't matter, man. It's a fucking plastic bike. They're charging you money for that. It's gonna vibrate. It's not a Royal Enfield that it's got no plastic and it's still gonna vibrating. It's got plastic. It's gonna vibrate. It's a 200cc motor. What more can you expect? So it doesn't matter actually, the vibrations. After riding an Enfield for almost 4 years, almost reaching Leh Ladakh on the Enfield, the vibration from a 200cc motor won't matter. Seats, the cushion and the pillion comfort. So first of all, the stock seats that come in with the bike suck. I have changed my seats in this 10,000 kilometer review. I went to a local dealer who sorted me out for 500 bucks for both the seats. I think it was 400, yeah, 400 bucks for both the seats, and now both are very soft and cushiony. Point number 6, mirrors. Insurance, value decreasing every annum. So it's a fact. You pay for insurance, your value decreases every year. Every year you renew, every year your value decreases. I pay a premium of about 2000 rupees currently in this third year. The mirrors, they're not that good, but they're good enough for straight long runs. It's better to get a new foldable type mirrors because these fuckers, they just don't fold. So point number 1 was tires, grip and period. Second point was engine heat, fuel injection, smoothness. Third point was custom paint, quality and stickers. Fourth point, vibrations from plastic and fit quality. Fifth point was seats, cushion, pillion comfort. Sixth point, mirrors, insurance premium, value decreasing every annum. So I'll come to the point number 7, headlamps and headlights. The biggest and the most important thing while you're riding in the night. First of all, you should not be riding in the night. And the headlights, the projector headlamps from Bajaj are wow. They're just perfect. If you don't ride in the night in the city, in the rural areas, in backcountry, they work fine. If you get 2 extra fog lamps placed nearby your front wheel, it'll do even more justice. Point number 8, hazard light switch. Mods I've made. I've got the hazard light switch which has 4 indicators working together, 2 at the front and 2 at the rear. I've got a USB bike charger by RoboTouch which gives me charging either in the tank bag or if I keep it in my jacket pocket or in my pants. Horn. That's also a mod I've made. I've put 2 horns into my bike because the horn is pretty slow. You can't use on the highway. You need a little longer, sharper, screechier sound. Tank bag and bungee cords. So basic touring on the Pulsar RS200, which is India's #1 sports bike. It's actually more of a sports tourer, but Bajaj India doesn't seem to be pushing that up. You could get 2 bungee cords, tie your stuff in the rear, bags, whatever you feel like, place them well, balance them well, bungee tied them, and you're sorted with a tank bag. Indicator quality. Yeah. So whenever I use the bungee cords at the rear, I bungee them to the indicators and the tail light. The tail light and the indicator quality are top notch. They won't break, they've yet not broken. Pretty solid. You can tie them, you can add weight, you can bend them. Point number 11, front fender rear mudguard. So once when I picked up the bike in 2015, it was monsoon when Pulsar was launched, and a stupid friend of mine took me to off-road, and I went, and there was too much fucking mud, like too much fucking mud stuck in the front fender. I was about to break that front fender by stones because we were far up on the hills trying to come out of the slush and of the muck, and we were stranded. So luckily it came off and I yet didn't have to break it ever. So yeah, whenever you want to go in the mud, you should always get your front fender off. It's really strong. We tried even to break it with the stone. It didn't break. Stupid. Point number 12. Tail light and number plate. I've written them down, so I'm just going sequence wise. As I told you, the number plate, the tail light and the indicators, these 3, they work as a bungee cord holder. If you want to do basic touring, if you want to go for a day or 2 and you want to get your stuff behind, you could easily do that by attaching it to your number plate, your indicators or your tail light. 13 point. Chain loop, kilometers can you use after looping your chain? Every normal question everybody asks. The paddock stand. So when I got the bike a month later or something, I picked up the paddock stand from Bombay for about 2700 rupees. A guy called GA Engineering, he gave me for about 2700 rupees. So I just attach it to the rear. It lifts up the chain and the bike and the rear wheel, so you can easily clean your wheel and chain loop. And if you chain loop once, you could go for about 400 kilometers maximum. I would not advise more. Every 400 kilometers you should get a chain loop done, or you should do it yourself. And the Pulsar comes without a main stand, so when you compare it to the NS or the Gixxer, this is the advantage. Point number 14, full tank kilometers covering distance ability. So the ability for the Pulsar is about 310 kilometers, which would be from Daman to Pune. So in a full tank, I could easily get to Pune. And if I'm like speeding really hard, it would go about 280, 290. Like really hard. 140, the max I've touched on the bike is about 154 kilometers per hour. Point number 15, the gear shift, clutch mechanism and downshifting ability. So downshifting in the Pulsar RS200 has always been a very lovely soundtrack. You can just take the bike down and she just fires off like a missile, like a torpedo. The gear shift is smooth. You could use half clutches and just gear shift. The clutch is also almost very better and very not comparable to a Royal Enfield 500 chrome. Throttle, acceleration and the braking with ABS single channel. So yes, the Pulsar RS200 comes with a single channel ABS and the Dominator 400 comes with dual channel ABS. So sufficiently, if I feel for a 200cc motor, Rajiv Bajaj made the right decision to give it a single channel ABS. I've never had problems with the ABS, with the braking, with the tire getting locked or me falling down or something. The Pulsar has always been a sensible bike. The throttle has always been smooth. The only thing in protecting your bike or maintaining your bike or riding it regularly is taking care, knowing what you're doing. Last point, should you buy the Pulsar RS200? Point number 17. If you want to tour occasionally, if you